All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving our praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Kwadash. I like to give double honors unto the apostles and the artists of great millstone who I learned this truth from. And I like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. And today, just going to be a quick video on, again, the dietary laws, man. Pretty much going into why we're not supposed to eat certain animals and, the pig being, one of them. So I'm just going to play this clip that I came across and then bring out a few scriptures, Lord willing. This lesson is edifying and straight to the point.
Hey, look, y'all see, it's the reason why the Most High told us not to eat that stuff, bro. Check this junk out.
Don't want it, okay? And you guys don't even know what that is, okay? Never even had fish. They've had to throw a rat in there one time and they ate it. It was a dead rat they got off a rat trap, and I just threw it in there just to see what they would do. They're pigs. They rolled in it and they ate it and fought over this nasty with maggots in it. And I just threw it in there. I figured, they'll just smell it just because it's an experiment. Remember, pigs, if you're eating pig, guys, I can just tell you this. You're making a big mistake. Remember, the pig is the dirtiest animal in the world. It'll eat anything and anything. Remember, a cow only eats grass. Okay? It doesn't eat corn or anything or wheat or soy, but it's a vegetarian. You eat animals, okay, that are scrappers, then you get all the parasites that live in the pig.
And again, this is an Edomite telling you this. And he made a valid point, and which has been proven time and time again, that a pig will literally eat anything you put in front of it. And as you can see in that clip, it had a fish head and, some other things down there. But again, just like he said, pigs are filthy animals. That's what they do. They're the garbage disposals of the earth, man. That's their purpose, to eat any and everything, to keep the earth clean, man. But he even said it, we eat cows, cows eat grass, because they're vegetarians, and, cows are lawful to eat, man, because that's even in, these scriptures, according to the dietary laws, that if we eat any beast, any four-footed beast, or four-legged beasts, better yet, Slakia, that they have to be cloven-footed and chew the cud, meaning, they have to be cloven-footed and, they have to eat, grass. Self-explanatory, man. But again, pigs are cloven-footed, but they don't eat grass, man. They eat anything, and literally it's a reason that reason alone is the reason why the Lord told us not to eat swine's flesh, man, because pigs are filthy animals. Again, they have their job, and their job is to eat carcasses, to eat any and everything, that's dead, So let's just get into it, man. So get straight into it. There's the book of Leviticus chapter 11. This is going into the clean and unclean animals that we can and cannot eat. And the same thing that is written in this chapter and book is written in the same, the same thing that is written in Leviticus chapter 11 is reiterated in Deuteronomy chapter 14. So this is Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts that ye shall eat. So yes, man, like he said, cows eat grass. So again, cows are cloven-footed. They divide the hoof, and they eat grass, man. So let's just see what that word cud means, man. Just so, any new brothers and sisters see this, they don't get confused on anything. But let me see, it doesn't say it. It just says cud. So let's just Google it. And pretty much it says partly digested food returned from the stomach of the remnants of the mouth for further choice. So pretty much, again, it's grass because, cows, they have multiple stomachs. They'll chew, they'll regurgitate it, finish chewing. It's pretty much, a process for their digestion. But the point being is that, cows, they eat grass, man. They don't eat anything else. This is why, you will see cows grazing, in fields because, again, that's all they eat. So, verse 4 says, nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. So yeah, camels, they eat grass, but they aren't cloven-footed. They don't have hoofs, so camels are unclean. And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. And if I'm not mistaken, I think a coney may be a rabbit, but let's see. It says a rock badger. Okay. Because I'm not going to look up, every single word, but just to some of these, just to get, an idea of the animal. So yeah, coney. This is a coney, so we can't eat this, even though they eat, grass. We can't eat those. It says, and the hare, so the hare is the rabbit, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. And this is, the point, or one of the main points, because all of this is good information. But verse 7, and the swine, though he divide the hoof, and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. And again, you clearly seen in that video that pig was eating a fish head, man. Or if it wasn't eating the fish head that was on the ground, he was eating something that was unclean, because again, pigs will eat anything, man. And it's frankly disgusting watching them eat, And again, that's just one of the main reasons why the Lord tells us not to eat them, because the guy in the video even said that, pigs will eat anything. So whatever parasites that they have in their body, if you kill and eat these animals, whatever parasites that they had, you're going to get, So let's just see. Let's look that up, man. So what parasites do pigs carry? So these are all the parasites of, that pigs have. It says, I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Is Coccidia or Coccidia, Slakia, if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But again, you have that, lice, lungworms, oesophagastimum. I'm not sure what that is, but roundworms. And this is asum, again, another roundworm. And then this is, the main one why, people usually have high blood pressure and going crazy. So Trichinella, this is one of the main parasites that pigs carry, man. So it says, these roundworm parasites, Trichinella, use a host to live and reproduce. These parasites infect animals such as bears, cougars, walruses, foxes, wild boars, and domestic pigs. Says you get the infection by eating the immature form of the roundworm larvae and raw or undercooked meat. So yeah, that's, again, another reason why you're supposed to eat, meat that's undercooked. But again, it even named other unclean animals that you can't eat. You can't eat bears, cougars, walruses, and foxes. And again, wild boars are just, again, wild pigs, you know. But the point being is that this parasite, and this is just one of the many parasites that pigs carry, man. So just real quick, let's just see. It says signs and symptoms of trichinosis infection and how severe the infection can vary. Said this depends on the number of larvae eaten and the infected meat. So pretty much, let's just get into the symptoms. It says diarrhea, stomach, abdominal pain, severe tiredness and weakness, fatigue, nausea, and vomiting. You also have high fever and chills, muscle pain, tenderness, aching joints, swelling of the eyelids or face, weakness, headache, sensitivity to light, pink eye, itchy or irritated skin. So again, this is why we're not supposed to be eating pork, man. It's not good for you. But you have those of our people, 2/3 of our people, that refuse to put, pork down, to stop eating it, even though information like this will come out proving to you that it's not good to eat, but they'll still eat it anyway. And then even if they don't eat, pork chops, chitlins, or any other thing, one thing our people love is bacon. That goddamn bacon, man. They can't put it down. So verse 8, it says, of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. These shall ye eat that are in the waters. Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. So any fish that has fins and scales is lawful to eat. If a fish doesn't have fins and scales, it is unclean. So you're not supposed to be eating, shrimp, crab, lobster, crawfish, catfish, because they're bottom feeders, man. Those are pretty much, again, the cleanup crew of the sea that keep, the ocean, the rivers, and the streams clean, man. Excuse me. Every living being serves a purpose. Every animal has a purpose. Excuse me, Slakia. And pigs, they keep the earth clean. They keep the land clean. And, shellfish and catfish keep the seas and the rivers clean, man. So again, you're not supposed to be eating anything, man. Again, the dietary laws, it gives us everything we need to know, Verse 10, it says, and all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. They shall even be an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination. Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. So it's self-explanatory, man. Anything that's coming out of the waters that does not have fins and scales, you cannot eat it. Fish, just to name a few, you have salmon, you have tuna, tilapia, trout, whiting, just to name a few. You have plenty of lawful fish out there. But again, you'll have our people that run to these, crab shacks to get, crab legs and lobster. That's abominable, man. That is abominable, And before, eating lobster, that was actually, once only sold to poor people. Now they've turned, shrimp, crab, and lobster into, a delicacy, which again, it's disgusting, man. It's disgusting. But again, it pretty much tells us all the animals that walk upon the land that we can eat, and the animals that are, or the fish that are in the waters that we can eat. Now this is going to go into the birds, and the headline reads, avoid the unclean. And that's, what we should do. That's what we're supposed to do, avoid the unclean animals, Verse 13, and it says, these are they which ye shall have an abomination among the fowls. They shall not be eaten, they are an abomination. The eagle, and the ostrich, and the osprey, and the vulture, and the kite after his kind, every raven after his kind, and the owl, and the nighthawk, and the cacao, and the hawk after his kind, and the little owl, and the cormorant, and the great owl, and the swan, and the pelican, and the gier eagle, and the stork, the heron after her kind, and the lapwing, and the bat, all fowls that creep upon Slakia, all fowls that creep, going upon all four, shall be an abomination unto you. And again, those are all the birds that we cannot eat, man. Pretty much, we can't eat birds of prey, of any kind. All the birds that are listed, we cannot eat, man. Because again, they have their purpose as well. And just to name one, vultures, they're scavengers. So it's understandable why you shouldn't eat vultures. Vultures literally eat dead animals, That's what they do. They clean up, dead animals as well. That's why they look the way they look, and they can even eat bones, man. So again, the vultures, they're the cleanup crew of the air. So if there's something that died, on the land, they'll come through and pick at it and eat it. So that's why we can't eat, certain of these birds, So verse 21, it says, yet these may ye eat among every flying, creeping thing that goeth upon all four, which have legs above their feet to leap withal upon the earth. Even these of them ye may eat. The locust after his kind, and yes, locust, as it says, is lawful to eat, because we have to remember, John the Baptist, when he was pretty much in the wilderness, it said he ate, wild honey and locusts, and then if you can receive it in the spirit, high priest Abba Bivens, or Bibbins, whichever is the correct pronunciation, they said when he was on the scene, he even ate locusts, But, locust is lawful to eat, although I'm sure it wouldn't be many of our first choice. But again, it is a lawful creature to eat. And it says, and the bald locust after his kind, and the beetle after his kind, and the grasshopper after his kind. But all other flying, creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you. So yeah, man, you can eat, those various insects that was named. Now, as far as the birds, you can have chicken, turkey, quail is good, because, the Lord even fed, our forefathers in the wilderness, with the quails. So that's a lawful bird to eat. Turtle doves or pigeons, slothful because that's one animal that would, be sacrificed in the temple, turtle doves. So again, man, this pretty much went into all the clean and unclean animals that you can and cannot eat, man. So I'm just going to finish reading these last few verses. Verse 24 says, "And for these ye shall be unclean. Whosoever touches the carcass of them shall be unclean until the even. And whosoever beareth aught of the carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the even. The carcasses of every beast which divideth the hoof, and is not cloven-footed, nor cheweth the cud, are unclean to you. Every one that toucheth them shall be unclean. And whatsoever goeth upon his paws among all manners, among all manner of beasts that go on all four, those are unclean to you. Whoso touches their carcass shall be unclean until the even. And he that beareth the carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the even. They are unclean to you. Says, these also shall be unclean to you among the creeping things that creep upon the earth, the weasel, and the mouse, and the tortoise after his kind, and the ferret, and the chameleon, and the lizard, and the snail, and the mole. So these animals also are unclean. Even though, I find, myself, I find chameleons to be, fascinating animals. My brother likes animals, but, again, it says they're unclean animals, because they are lizards, and then ferrets. And, you have certain people that actually have those as pets, they're unclean. And snails is obviously, you should not be eating snails, man. So the people that eat escargot, that's abominable. You should not be eating snails, man, at all. And verse 31, it says, these are unclean to you among all that creep. Whosoever doth touch them when they be dead shall be unclean until the even. So yeah, man, this is the dietary laws, man. This is the animals that we can and cannot eat, man. And if you deal with an unclean animal, it should be an abomination unto you. And as you say, you shouldn't touch, the carcass of any unclean animal, because then you'll become unclean. And you have to wash your clothes and, wash yourself, and you'll be unclean until the evening. But that's pretty much it, man. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory. Nuti Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give divine honors unto the apostles and the artists of great millstone, who I learned this truth from. And I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. Till the next time I say Shalom.